Oh, sister moon, you heal and bless. Your beauty shines in tenderness. Oh, brother wind, you sweep the hills. Your mighty breath both freshens and fills. Oh, sister water, you cleanse and flow through rivers and streams and ice and snow. Oh, brother fire, you warm our night with all your dancing colored light. Oh, sister earth, you feed all things, all birds, all creatures, all scales and wings. Oh, sister death, you meet us here and take us to our God so near. Oh, God of life, we give you praise for all your creatures, for all your ways.
Thank you. You may be seated. So let's see. No children here in the sanctuary this week. Hopefully we have at least some young people joining us virtually. At this time in our service on Sundays, we normally enjoy a time for all ages, which usually features a story for all ages, something appropriate to the younger members of our community. I said in my welcome that we'd talk a little bit more about the context for this service, for what it is that May Day is. We also call it Beltane. That's a traditional name for this occasion. And I found a really good summary. And where did I find it? In Britannica Kids. So I'm going to kill two birds with one stone, not kill any real birds. I guess they're virtual birds. So here's a pretty good summary from Britannica Kids of May Day. It's the Britannica Kids article on May Day. And so we're going to, during this service, be doing and talking about, acting out some of the things that are in this little article for kids. So maybe you can make some mental notes. Think about what you hear, tuck it away, and see if you can spot any of those. I think the cool kids call them Easter eggs when they're in movies and stuff. And that goes for you grown-ups, too. Tuck the information away and see if you see where we reference it. So this is May Day from Britannica Kids. May Day is a holiday that celebrates the return of spring. It usually takes place on May 1st. Well, yeah. Many people celebrate May Day with festivals or flowers. One of the oldest May Day traditions is the maypole. A maypole is a tree trunk or pole decorated with colorful ribbons. On May Day, dancers hold the ribbons and dance around the pole. May Day is not an official holiday in the United States. In the United Kingdom, it is a bank holiday, they call them. It's a funny word. That is celebrated on the first Monday in May. In some countries, May Day is a holiday that honors workers, similar to Labor Day in the United States. In addition to the maypole, another tradition is the giving of May Day baskets. Children make the baskets out of paper and fill them with flowers. They then bring the baskets to their neighbors' homes. They leave a basket at the door, knock, and then hide while the neighbor answers. People in Hawaii call the holiday Lei Day and wear leis, or necklaces made of flowers. In some countries in Europe, people decorate their homes and public places with flowers. Others eat special foods, plant trees, or sing songs about spring. To honor workers, some countries hold parades and ceremonies. May Day began as a spring festival in Europe. In ancient times and during the Middle Ages, Europeans welcomed the end of winter. With the arrival of spring, they were able to grow crops again, and they celebrated with eating, singing, and dancing. The tradition of May Day as a special workers' holiday began in the late 1800s. So we're going to touch on or act out a whole bunch of stuff in that article. But I do want to take this moment because it is set aside a little bit to give us all a chance to center ourselves for a moment on the May Day as the International Labor Movement celebration, commemoration, and an opportunity to honor those who have given their time, their blood, and sometimes their lives in the service of labor.
I'm really glad to be here today. It's been a super long time, it seems like, that we've been able to gather. We've been sort of joining mostly here and there. It's good to be together today and to see us all here in the flesh. And during the times we spent on Zoom, I think many of us probably missed some of those subtler nuances of a service, like hearing each other's voices lift up in song, or seeing old friends sitting across the room, the fragrance of the flowers in the flower communion, or the soft flicker of the chalice light, the sound of people gathering, and the opportunity to be in sacred space and see all parts of the service coming together with love and devotion. And so we'd like to take a moment to give back to the church that gives to us. For those of you at home, you can send your donations via the Vanco mobile app or use the website at emersonuuc.org/donate or send a check to the office. And for those of us here in the sanctuary, we will pass around, we do, okay, very good. The ushers will come forward to accept your donation. So thank you so much for giving generously today.
Together we share, and from this we live.
Each week, we set aside a portion of this sacred time in this sacred space, which extends through the miracle of technology into our virtual extended sanctuary on Zoom, to share, embrace, and lift up the joys and concerns that are being held in the hearts and minds of the members of our beloved community. This week, there were no entries in our physical book of life, but I did find 2 in the virtual book of life. Anna Wagner says, "Please, prayers for my sister who is struggling with addiction." And Dave Ginsburg writes, "I had a wonderful experience at the UU Men's Renewal Weekend at De Benneville Pines last weekend. My son and grandson and a new UU neighbor also went and totally enjoyed themselves. I encourage all UU men to consider going next spring." And I will take you up on that, Dave. I've been thinking about it. So thanks for sharing that. And Anna, will all hold your sister and her struggles in our hearts. And so now I invite you all to join in a moment of contemplation and awareness and intention. If you have a name or an occasion you would like lifted up into that moment, held and supported and spread and shared by that moment, those of you here in the sanctuary, speak it aloud into the space. Those of you joining us on Zoom, feel free, if you are comfortable, sharing it in the chat. And when I ring this singing bowl, please bring those things forward that they can be lifted up, held, and loved. To what has been spoken and what has been written, let there be added all those joys and concerns which are too tender, too private to be shared aloud or visibly. They are real, they are present, and in this moment where we are joined together in openness, love, and compassion, they are equally held, they are equally lifted up, and they are equally met with love. And as I ring this singing bowl again, let that love, that concern, and that care spread like the waves of sound. May it be so, and thank you all for being part of this beloved community. So we've carved out a little bit of time here for members of our group, pagan group, to share readings or anything else that they wanted to share with the congregation at this time. I know Eric Schmidt has a poem. Eric, if you want to take your place at the pulpit.
Hello, thank you. This is a poem by Christopher Marlowe, a Elizabethan poet and playwright. It's called The Passionate Shepherd to His Love. I think it captures the kind of what it would be like 500 years ago to be a shepherd who ran sheep. Come live with me and be my love, and we will all the pleasures prove the valleys, groves, hills, and fields, woods, or steepy mountain yields. And we will sit upon the rocks, seeing the shepherds feed their flocks by shallow rivers, or whose falls melodious birds sing madrigals. And I will make thee a bed of roses and 1,000 fragrant posies, and a cap of flowers and a kirtle, embroidered with all the leaves of myrtle. I will make for thee a gown of the finest wool, which from our pretty lambs we pull, fair-lined slippers for the cold, with buckles of the purest gold, a belt of straw and ivy buds, with coral clasps and amber studs. And if these pleasures may thee move, come live with me and be my love. The shepherd swains shall dance and sing for thy delight each May morning. If these delights thy mind may move, then live with me and be my love. And I have an original poem I wrote, Beltane. Wrote this last year, actually. Like as the wild horses who mate and foal, we prance and dance and wrap colored ribbons around the flowered maypole. We contemplate the fertility of an earth-filled bowl. We are all nature's vibrant soul. We think of our gifts and loss from last winter's pandemic, Samhain's deadly toll. We plant now our seeds and seedlings into their moist sacred hole. We hope and pray we reach our summer's harvest goal. And then we run and jump through Beltane smoke and fire on a green and sacred knoll. Thank you.
I don't have a hawthorn tree locally, but sure wish I did. This is called The 1st of May. The fair maid who, on the 1st of May, goes to the fields at the break of day and washes in the dew from the hawthorn tree will forever after handsome be.
So, Eric actually touched on an element of the season and this occasion, which is this is the end of winter and the beginning of summer in many cultures, especially as it happens in Western Europe. And Eric referenced Samhain's deadly toll in his poem. And that's the beginning of winter. That's when everything came in from the fields and went indoors, and people took stock of their stock and marshaled their resources for the long winter. And Beltane is when the spring at long last has come and all of that can be released, whatever has survived the winter's deadly toll, out into the fields. And it's not just a modern mapping onto old customs. I've brought a blessing from the 19th century in the Scottish Highlands. This is actually translated from Scottish Gaelic, and it specifically speaks to this. It's Christian in its content, but it clearly has older origins. Saint Magnus of my love, thou it is who wouldst us guide, thou fragrant body of grace, remember us. Remember us, thou saint of power, who didst encompass and protect the people. Succor thou us in our distress, nor forsake us. Lift our flocks to the hills. Quell the wolf and the fox. Ward us from specter, giant, fury, and oppression. Surround cows and herds. Surround sheep and lambs. Keep them from the water pest and the field pest. Sprinkle dew from the sky upon the cows. Give growth to grass and corn and sap to plants, watercress, deer's grass, cash, burdock, and daisy. Oh, St. Magnus of fame, on the boat of heroes, on the crest of the waves, on the sea and on the land, aid and preserve us. That's from a work called the Carmina Gadelica, the songs and incantations of the Scottish Highlands.
Okay. So we're going to dance a maypole today, and I'm wondering how many of you actually brought a ribbon? Eric? David?
I'm sorry. I mean, no.
Like, I need a ribbon. How many of you want to dance the maypole? Because I have ribbons. We need technically at least 6 people for it to be decent. The more, it needs to be an even number in any case. It's just looks a little better if you have more than just 2 people going back and forth. Anyway.
I'll do it.
Okay, we got one.
So I'll come around and give you all a ribbon who wants to dance, and then I'm going to talk a little bit more about how it happens. Choose a color. Lavender. Purple if you want. I had to throw it in the thing when we were doing the offering. Okay. How many people do you have now? I'll hold up your ribbons on the count.
10, I'm not gonna.
You're gonna do it?
No. So that's 10, right? Did you just count 10?
Yeah, that's good. Oh, okay, 10. 11, and then also 9 too.
So this is a process. It's a process.
It is a
It's
process
an activity
indeed.
and it's a ritual. But hey, there's no pesky sermon today, so we got time. It's 11:05. So settle back, get in the spirit of things. Okay, Nancy.
So there's a little bit of, we're going to do a little sort of a centering as we're tying on the pole, the ribbons to the pole. And we're going to do a chant. The words will be on the screen. I'm going to go through it once before we start so you guys can have an idea of how the song goes. I don't know if Kevin learned the words or not. I mean,
Should everyone with a ribbon be standing?
the music. No, you don't have to stand just yet. You can sit.
Oh, it gets.
Did you? Okay, that's fine. So then y'all have to listen to me sing for a moment until we get it down.
Do you want to talk about the logistics after, or do you want,
I think when we, yeah,
or do you want to talk about that first and then teach the chant?
yeah. So maybe we should stand, we should probably stand in a circle for a minute to get down the logistics, I think.
As you're willing and able. Okay, so no, stay where, for right now, stay where you are. Stay in front of your chair. We're going to,
Boy, girl kind of thing, but we're going to go sun, moon. So I'm going to count you off starting with sun, moon. Remember what you are now. Sun, moon, sun, moon, sun, moon, sun, moon, sun, moon. Are we still even?
Yep.
Okay. So,
let me give you this.
thank you, that will help. When we're, after we tie on the ribbon, and we do the dance. We're going to do a chant as we're tying on the ribbon. But the logistics of the dance is all the suns and moons will face each other. So as the music starts, all the suns will go up and all the moons will go down. Okay? Woo! So as the suns are going up, you're crossing over your moon. Then the next person you come to, though, you will go down. So just think it's going to be an opposite of how you began. You will always be crossing over the same people the same way. Kind of works out that way. So just remember as we begin, sun up, over, moon down, and then you just keep going, and hopefully it'll work out. It usually does. And, okay.
Can I talk them through the exit and entrance thing?
Yeah, why don't you speak on that?
Okay, so we're going to not actually start from just where we are right now. We're actually going to reform an honest-to-goodness circle around the maypole. We'll all end up in the same order you're in, sun, moon, sun, moon, sun, moon, sun, moon, but we're going to do one additional piece of ritual to get you there. So we're going to ask you all to exit the circle of chairs. I'm going to tell you how in a second, and re-enter, forming a circle around the maypole. You're going to get cleansed and blessed by water and fire. Those are both customary in ancient times. Actually, not so ancient times. Those customs come down into the present day in certain areas. So Eric and I are going to asperse you with water from, lemon verbena or something? What did you give us to?
Yes, the
From branches of lemon verbena, we're going to sprinkle you with water as you enter, and as you exit at the end of the entire maypole dance and ritual, you're going to walk between two flames, two candles, which was a customary way to bless the people and the herds, all of them, at this time of the year. So you're going to enter, get sprinkled, you're going to exit between two flames for a blessing on the way out. So how are we going to do that? I'm going to ask you when the time comes. After Eric and I have tied your ribbons on, after you've done the chant with Nancy, I'm going to ask you guys to exit. Those of you over here, you're going to go out and take a left. Those of you over here, you're going to go out and take a right, and you're going to re-enter just in the same order you're in. I'm going to be here with water. Eric's going to be there with water. Just go right back on in, and same order, but form a circle. So Eloise is going to be over here instead of in front of her chair. Anybody confused by that? Yes. Yay! I've achieved my purpose in life. Okay, so yeah, everybody over here, when the time comes, you're going to wrap around this way. We're going to bless you with water as you come in. You guys over there, around Eric will do the same over there. Go right back in, form up this circle, but we're just going to close up this circle that you're standing in right now so it's all the way around the maypole.
So I have a question.
Go for it.
So are we going around the chairs and
You're going that way, around the chairs, and come in here. Yeah, you guys file out, follow Julie. I bet Julie knows what we're doing, and I bet David's got this figured out too. Oh, Louise is leading. She's definitely got this figured out. Louise is the queen of logistics.
At the beginning, we're going out and around.
And sprinkle,
then
sprinkle,
when we're
sprinkle.
done, yeah.
And then revert, and then you're going to go out. You're actually going to do the same thing when you exit.
Right.
You're just going to go out between Eric and I will have candles. Okay? Clear as mud? I hope so. Yes.
This thing about wrapping around and stuff, if I go to wrap it around her, she's the moon.
Now you're over.
Then I'm the sun, okay? So is she going to just stand there? When does she?
No, she moves the other direction.
Yeah, because we're going to be facing.
Yeah, the moon goes down, she goes that way, sun goes up over her head and goes this way. Okay? So you're weaving your ribbons and getting seasick in the process, no doubt. Okay. Yes, Louise and Julie, it's all on you. We're counting on you. Okay.
All
right.
become clear as we go along. Okay, so there's a song called Hallantoe, and it's very, very old. I was trying to find some history on it. It's about 16th century, and there's been lots of lines added. The chorus, there's several, we do the chorus after every lines, and so the first couple ones are probably the oldest, and the rest of the phrases are probably newer from various people throughout who knows when the time. I couldn't find any actual authors, although a group called the Wattersons did this one really well. So I'll sing the first phrase and the chorus, and hopefully you guys will kind of understand how it goes. Since man was first created, his works have been debated, and we had celebrated the coming of the spring. Boom! Hal-and-toe, jolly rumble-o, we were up long before the day-o to welcome in the summer, to welcome in the May-o. For summer is a-comin' in and winter's gone away-o. And then there's several others if you can back up to the beginning. So, by the time we're done singing this, it's going to be an earworm in your head and you'll be singing it all the way home.
But the ribbons will be attached to it. Now, I have a question. Do
Yes.
we think, if Eric and I were to lean that over, do we think that this plucky bunch of castaways can tie their own ribbon one at a time onto that eyeball? We're going to tip it over. Eric and we were going to take your ribbons and we were going to tie them. Ribbon ballet for you.
I like that.
But the trick is, it occurred to me, just making sure that you guys end up with your ribbons where you can get to them. I guess you're going to have to spot
Just remember your colors and...
color, they'll be hanging. Okay, so we're going to take them from you in a moment once the chant starts.
Okay. Yeah.
That was a moment of inspiration.
It could be up there. Or you want to take this and I'll go back to up there? No, I have to help.
Chant, we're going to be doing the sexton work.
Okay. So, Hal-and-toe. Since man was first created, his works have been debated, and we had celebrated the coming of the spring. Hal-and-toe, jolly rumble-o, we were up long before the day-o to welcome in the summer, to welcome in the May-o. For summer is a-comin' in and winter's gone away-o. Take no scorn to wear the horn, it was the crest when you were born. Your father's father wore it and your father wore it too. Hal-and-toe, jolly rumble-o, we were up long before the day-o to welcome in the summer, to welcome in the May-o. For summer is a-comin' in and winter's gone away-o. Robin Hood and Little John have both gone to the fair-o, and we shall to the merry green woods to hunt the buck and hare-o. Hal-and-toe, jolly rumble-o, we were up long before the day-o to welcome in the summer, to welcome in the May-o. For summer is a-comin' in and winter's gone away-o. Warmer days are on the way, and that's what makes the May so gay. The garland wound around the pole makes pleasure and delight. Oh, Hal-and-toe, jolly rumble-o, we were up long before the day-o to welcome in the summer, to welcome in the May-o. For summer is a-comin' in and winter's gone away-o. We have bought the budding branch to bless each hearth and bed, oh, for none should lie alone tonight, but to the woods instead. Oh, Hal-and-toe, jolly rumble-o, we were up long before the day-o to welcome in the summer, to welcome in the May-o. For summer is a-comin' in and winter's gone away-o. The fires that we light tonight blaze all upon the fields, oh, and those that make the sacred white, bless and quick the yield, oh, Hallantoe, jolly rumble, oh, we were up long before the day, oh, to welcome in the summer, to welcome in the May, oh. For summer is a-comin' in and winter's gone away, oh. May the great Creator bless you with all her power and might, oh, and bring peace to our Beltane, bring peace by day and night, oh. Hallantoe, jolly rumble, oh, we were up long before the May, oh, to welcome in the summer, to welcome in the May, oh. Oh, summer is a-comin' in and winter's gone away, oh. Woo! Woo!
Just like we planned.
Okay. Wait. How many do you have on there? I didn't get mine on.
I gotta figure out what happened to this one, so.
You tried both ends.
Yeah, I did, but I'm not sure how I did it.
Oh, well.
Yeah, what's that? That's how I managed to do that. No, I think it got tied into another one.
Well, that's okay, as long as it's
They're
there.
just,
I'll tie that on with it.
Too bad we couldn't have rehearsed this.
It never works.
we were counting on Hallantoe to get us through this. One ribbon too many, there we go. Nancy, your ribbon was one too many.
Am I one ribbon too many?
You were the last one that fit.
Am I 11?
Oh, no, I'm just saying, all right, so which one is this one that? I do, hang on.
That one too much. So for those of you who are on Zoom who would like to also partake in this energy of fertility, if you have 3 ribbons, 3 strings, something, if you know how to braid, if you have a bamboo skewer and a ribbon, you can partake in this energy as we're weaving the pole, also braiding your own at home, and therefore also reaping the benefit of this maypole dance.
Take the microphone one more time. So one last thought before we actually start the maypole dance portion of today's festivities, and that's just a quick word about intention. So why are we leaving the circle and coming back in? Is it just so we can enact, a folk custom of purification? Well, it's partly that, but it's also about recentering and focus and entering in together and forming into one circle, one intention, and one celebration. And so we're going to try this now. We're depending on our 2 intrepid leaders, Julie and Louise, to guide you out, and Eric and I will bless you with water. No, let's get into the circle first. Form a circle. Let's make sure we're all sun moon, and all of that.
Okay.
So, okay, so I'm the odd guy out, okay. Now stretch your ribbon out as far as you possibly can. Kind of maybe the little top there at the top of the thing. And if you have a tail, gather it up in your other hand so that you don't trip on it. And the song starts out kind of slow. And as we're going, you'll start to get the rhythm. And then it's going to pick up the beat a little bit, and hopefully we'll be able to move a little bit faster and sort of build some energy into this pool we have before us. Okay, so remember, sun, your first movement will be over the moon will go under, and the next person will be the opposite.
Yeah, okay.
Okay?
Sun up, moon down first.
Are we going? Ready?
Sun down.
Oh, I'm a son.
So the moon will, the song will start really
Well,
slow.
we're going. Are you going?
Sorry, we're waiting for the music.
Oh, okay, music. Music, and then
Come,
we facing
come.
each other.
Yeah.
Tighten up your ribbon. Okay, wait, Barbara, we're not ready.
Tighten your ribbon,
Hold it taut.
be taut so that we'll make a nice braid up there at the top.
Oh, well.
Yes.
I got it. Okay.
Okay. So when the music starts to go, you'll hear a low drum beat, and then we'll just sort of start out
Slowly going, I
slow.
think.
Slowly will go-ly. And, you know, the challenge of YouTube and Zoom.
So I think we may need to forge ahead. They may be hearing it on Zoom and not in here, I'm not sure.
Oh,
So let's create our own rhythm in here.
Okay.
All right.
okay. It may happen
If it may
before
come
we're
on,
done.
but-
So think of the Helen Toe song as you go then, maybe.
Okay.
Go. Over, under, over, and under. Over,
I'm your son.
and under.
I go under you.
Nope, here it is. That's it.
I see how it works.
But then when you get to the next person, you go over. It's only the very first one.
We alternate.
Alternate from the very first time. There you go, she's got it. Making a lead. There you go. I can see it coming together.
Now what you have, if you start from the
Clockwise and go clockwise. Everybody go clockwise.
The other way.
Run, jump, trot, clockwise. Just start right in the neck, like around the-
And we're not leaving anymore.
Like our embracing meditation, we're all mingling the bowl.
So, if you can put your hand on the pole for a moment and just think about that which you wanted to bring fertility and those things
Hey, so many. Now, guess what? You get to exit and reform in your congregant position. Pass between the two Beltane fires, small as they are, and receive the blessings of the May. Wrap yourself back around them. Whence you came.
So I shared with you a bit of traditional Scots Gaelic incantation as a blessing as part of our readings, and I'm going to share one Scottish Gaelic and also Irish Gaelic phrase, Ma Shiv, and that means, well done, y'all, well done. All right.
Let's all stand in front and get a picture.
We can do that, but first I'm going to invite you to rise as you are willing and able for our closing hymn, which is Go Lift It Up, number 1057 in the Teal hymnal.
Go lift it up, love bless your way.
And so with thanks and deep appreciation to all of you for taking part with such heart in that little maypole ritual, and to Nancy for leading it, and everyone else, Eric, Kevin, House, I think is Adam up there? Yes, Adam, everybody who took part, and all of you on Zoom. I hope that you got out of this at least some of the energy that was here in the sanctuary. And I leave you with these closing words. This is from Kai Sereth's Book of Pagan Prayer. It's a spring blessing. The warm time is here. Time to work and time to rest. Time to celebrate outside. Time to prepare for the harvest. All about us, the land spirits are singing. All about us, the divine is speaking. Help us to listen. Oh, all that is divine, may we hear your voices. Amen. Ashe. So mote it be, and may you very blessed be.